Hey, here we go again. Welcome back guys to Most Amazing Top 10. You guys know what this is. It's Most Amazing Facts and 10 of them. We put them together, we do all these kinds of crazy lists for you guys, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 facts about Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm glad I got those numbers the right way around. So if you guys don't know, Five Nights at Freddy's is a popular indie game that's been huge over the past year and a half. There's a lot of buzz about it on YouTube, everyone's been talking about it, so we're going to do 10 facts about it. So we're going to jump right into this with our number 10, and for any of you guys who haven't played it, we're going to get down to the basics. Five Nights at Freddy's is a survival horror game created by American game designer Scott Cawthon, which was released on August 8, 2014. It's set in a fictitious pizza place called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and the player's role is to be the overnight security guard and not die to the creepy, malfunctioning animatronic animal characters by tracking their movements on the security cameras. And the game has gained a lot of attention for this simple yet intuitive core mechanic. The only problem is that everything in the game uses up your power bar, so if you try and turn on the lights to see the monsters, that will use it up. If you try and close the doors, that will use it up, and even when you use security cameras to try and see them, your power will get drained down to zero, and when that happens, the scary monsters aren't far behind. It's pretty scary. At number 9 now, the game was incredibly successful when it first came out and started selling at an insane rate for such a small indie game. By July 2015, almost 4,700 copies were being sold every single day. This was an amazing accomplishment for a previously unknown game developer and led to a daily revenue of $12,879. Impressive numbers there, but what inspires a game like this? Where does someone come up with the idea for creepy, crazy animatronic characters running around a Chuck E. Cheese type place? Well, at number 8, the inspiration for Five Nights at Freddy's came from a previous game that Scott Cawthon had been working on called Chipper and Sons Lumber Company. Players complained that the characters in that game looked like a scary animatronic animal and that it was unintentionally terrifying. Scott said he was heartbroken, but instead of giving up on game design or trying to fix the characters, he took it one step further and started making a whole new game where the animals were even scarier, and so Five Nights at Freddy's was born. Well, that seems like a pretty innocent inspiration for the game, doesn't it guys? Well, a lot of people online seem to have their own sinister theories about where the inspiration for the game really came from. At number 7, there are quite a few fan theories about how the game shares a lot of parallels with an actual set of murders that happened in Aurora, Colorado in 1993 when 19-year-old Nathan Dunlap shot dead 4 of his former co-workers at a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant. YouTuber The Game Theorist laid out his theory for how this was the true inspiration for the game based on the similarity between the game's setting and Chuck E. Cheese where the murders took place, the number of victims and number of animatronical animals, and similarities between them, as well as the pinnacle of the theory that the player is actually the murderer themselves and the entire game is a nightmare that haunts them in prison. And if you guys want to hear more on that theory, then check out the Game Theorist video on it. It's really interesting stuff and he explains it a lot better than I ever could. But now we're moving on to our number 6, to the other games in the series. At the time of this recording, there is Five Nights at Freddy's 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as a spin-off game called Five Nights at Freddy's World. The second game is a prequel set in an improved pizza place and introduces the flashlight mechanic to ward off the characters. The third game jumps forward 30 years where the setting is now a horror-themed attraction park based on and physically built on what happened in the first and second games. And the fourth game deviates even further from the original as the player is now a young boy locked in his bedroom and fighting off nightmare versions of the main animatronic characters. And then Five Nights at Freddy's World came out in 2016 and it was meant to be a kind of turn-based combat game, but fans of it thought that it was kind of rubbish and Scott kind of took it down off Steam to finish the game himself, kinda. Coming in at number 5, the original Five Nights at Freddy's game was a crowdfunded game. Compared to a lot of other games that have had such commercial success in recent years, Five Nights was praised for being a crowdsourcing success story. After originally being posted to the Zora distribution service, Scott submitted the game to Steam's crowdsourcing platform Greenlight where it was approved. His story became an inspiration for aspiring game developers when Scott talked about how before Five Nights at Freddy's he was working in a dollar store taking orders from high school kids. Not that there's anything wrong with that guys, but a lot of aspiring young game developers are now using him as their pin-up success story, so that's kinda cool. And now at number 4, a lot of people had tried to figure out what makes the game just so terrifying. One of the reasons is said to be just how stationary the game is. The player is not allowed to move anywhere, no matter how scared they are, or run away from danger like in other popular horror indie games such as Slender. This directly goes against humans' primal instinct of fight or flight, making players feel totally trapped. Also, the whole security camera mechanic that the game is so famous for was deliberately designed to obscure the player's field of vision, and that total lack of control only adds to all the horror. And people have also tried to figure out what makes Five Nights at Freddy so commercially successful as well. At number 3, a lot of it has been credited to the astonishing amount of Let's Play videos on YouTube. Scott Cawthorn said he knew the game was going to be special when Let's Play videos of it started popping up faster than he could even watch them. YouTube was swamped with thousands of YouTubers uploading their reactions to being scared by the game, with some of them even falling out of their chairs. Markiplier is one of the biggest gaming YouTubers on the planet, and his most watched 8 videos are all of him playing Five Nights at Freddy, with tens of millions of views each. And that's just one YouTuber, and if tens of millions of people are watching these videos, then you can safely say that a few of them are going to be buying the game, which is why it's so successful. At number 2 now, people are also buying a lot of merchandise. Yes, the merch has simply exploded onto stores online. You can now get your own Fazbear security badge, plushes of the characters, sticker packs, button sets, posters, mugs and lanyards. You name it, you can now buy it. Five Nights at Freddy's even has its own t-shirt line. With millions of fans comes millions of potential merchandise buyers. It's actually very impressive for a game that came out less than 2 years ago to already have so many theme products you can buy. But now guys, we've reached number 1, and if the game just isn't enough for a fan like you, then don't worry, because a movie is on the way. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Warner Bros. Has bought the rights to adapt Five Nights at Freddy's into a feature film of the same name. Producer Seth Grahame-Smith said they wanted to turn the game into an insane, terrifying and weirdly adorable movie. Scott Cawthorn said he supports the move to bring his game to the big screen, and that the game really lends itself to being a movie. A release date hasn't been announced yet, but this isn't the first time Warner Bros. Has snapped up the film rights to a popular indie game. They already own the rights to produce a Minecraft movie. Well guys, that was 10 facts about Five Nights at Freddy's. I hope you enjoyed some of them. I do know that there are tons of intricate theories about the game and loads of Easter eggs that I haven't talked about. If you guys know any of them, let me know down below, because that's all we've got time for in this video. If you enjoyed it, then give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't subscribed already, then make sure you subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 so we can keep you up to date with our daily videos on this channel. 2 of them are floating over there, so give them a click if you'd like to. In the meantime, thanks for watching Most Amazing Top 10 guys. My name's Danny Burr. You can follow me on Instagram down there if you want to, and I'll see you guys soon.